Alright, what it is, Danny X. I'm here to be telling you a little bit that I've learned about self-publishing books. I've been delving into this for the last week or so because I am currently writing 2 books. And right off the bat, I had everyone say, go to Amazon KDP, which is Kindle. It's a Kindle, which is associated with Amazon. And what I can tell so far, there's just a handful of major sites that are supposed to help you sell your books. They take a huge chunk of the profit from your books, and they are supposed to print on demand. They're supposed to advertise for you. They're supposed to handle all the customer service. But from what I can tell is they don't do a lot of the things that they're supposed to do for you. And not only do they not advertise for you, there's a system in place that extracts more money out of you for advertisement. They don't advertise for you. You got to pay for advertisement. You got to drive your own advertisement. But they still want to take a huge chunk of the profits. So from what I can tell, you are best off going with a company to just make your book, okay? And then you're going to be better off making your own website to funnel people into, instead of funneling people into Amazon or Lulu or Blurb. There's a few of these different companies. Now you're going to have to go through them to get your books made, but you need to have your own website to funnel people into your website. That way you can get their email address, their contact information, because when you go through these other sites like Amazon, Amazon gets their contact information. You don't get that connection with your own customer base. Okay, so from what I can tell, it's a major scam to go through some of these companies. For most people, you're supposed to get reviews. There's a lot of work you have to do besides just writing a good book. You have to advertise. You got your pre-launch and your post-launch. So there's a lot more to it than just writing a good book. Apparently, there's all kinds of people that have excellent books out there that aren't selling because they just write it and then hit publish. Then they sit back and expect Amazon in many cases to do all the work for them, which is what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be doing something to justify the anywhere from 30 to 70% of the profit that they take, right? So it's a big old industry. There's millions of books being made each year, so you do have a lot of competition, and but a lot of those are low quality, low content books. So of course I'm talking about a high quality, high content book. And you still have those that aren't selling whatsoever. Let's just jump into this right quick as an example.
Welcome to the Future Hotline, where absolutely nobody has
What
any
the fuck, bro?
There's no way to sugarcoat this. Most self-published books, they vanish. They get buried on Amazon, never discovered.
What the fuck is going on here, dude?
And that's what led me to this challenge. I decided to read 200 self-published novels in 1 year. I wanted to understand one thing. Why do so many good books go completely unnoticed? And what I found surprised me, because a lot of the books I read, they were great. They were emotional, they were smart, they were page turners, and yet they had no audience. Not because of bad writing, but because of 7 deadly mistakes. Avoidable ones, but they ruin your book before a reader ever gets to page 1. So let's talk about what they are. Mistake 1 is the cover catastrophe. This is the first red flag, and It's everywhere. About 80% of the books I read that weren't selling had covers that looked amateurish. I'm talking pixelated images, crooked titles, Comic Sans, stuff that screamed, my cousin made this using PowerPoint. And it broke my heart because one of the best books I read in the whole project, a mind-blowing sci-fi novel, incredible concept, great writing, but the cover looked like a generic stock image of a robot with a title slapped on it. And I never would have picked up that book had I not been doing this challenge. Your cover isn't decoration. It's the first impression, and it tells readers what they're getting. It sets the tone. It also sets a standard for the quality. So if you want to fix it, hire a pro cover designer. Or if you can't afford that, study genre bestsellers like your book depends on it and learn how to use Photoshop. If you want someone to help you create a cover that captures people's attention, we can of course do that for you. Now, mistake number 2 is the blurb that buries you. Most blurbs that I read, they just don't sell the book at all. Instead, they recite facts, something like Sarah's a 28-year-old accountant with a cat, and a sort of blurb that's, not even a LinkedIn bio, really. And if you compare that to some family secrets are worth killing for, well, now I want to read more. You really have to think of your blurb as the movie trailer. It needs to have a compelling problem. It needs to have high emotional stakes, just enough mystery to make us curious. If your blurb reads like a summary, well, then you're not selling. What you're doing is spoiling. And of course, then you're going to be losing readers. Mistake number 3 is genre confusion. And here's where things get really messy. I saw authors throw romance, mystery, sci-fi, and literary fiction into the same book. Not to be creative, maybe because they thought more genres would equal more readers. But what actually happens is just everyone gets confused. Romance fans get mad, thriller fans don't stick around, and nobody feels like the book was for them. I read a cozy mystery that really I would classify as a dark psychological horror. It was great, but it was marketed completely wrong, and of course that backfired. And genre isn't a box. It's not there to confine your writing or your creativity. It's really just a promise to the reader that you will deliver on what they expect. And if you break that promise, then the readers will watch you. Now, if you want help figuring out your genre positioning or maybe reader targeting, that's exactly what we can do through our pre-publication consultation. It could save you months of confusion, missed sales, and ultimately having to republish your whole book because the first publication and launch didn't go well. So check out the links down below. Mistake number 4 is bad category placement. Amazon has thousands of categories, and most authors end up picking the wrong ones. I've seen debut authors launching their books into the same category as Stephen King. That's a bit like trying to enter Wimbledon after you've just had your first tennis lesson. And the smart authors, what they do is they start small. They pick micro categories that they could actually rank in. They then build reviews and they gain traction, and that's how they move up through the rankings. What Amazon's algorithm and any retailer's algorithm loves is momentum. And momentum starts when you stop trying to win the Olympics on day 1 and you stay focused on winning in your niche. Mistake number 5 is the broken.
You're leaving money on the table.
Oh my
Not because your
god.
content isn't good, but because
Okay, so that was a little taste. A lot of these writing channels all have paid for coaching and stuff. Some of them are fucking ridiculous. I stopped by this one, and it was like, if you can't spend $1,000 a month in coaching, then we ain't got time for it. $1,000 a fucking month, dude. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's like 3 times the amount of my fucking mortgage, homie. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that same channel was like, if I hope you don't expect to make any money back within a year. I'm like, what the fuck? So we're supposed to be paying you $1,000 a month, but don't expect to make any money back in a year. So what the fuck am I paying you for then? You know, that was just one of the channels. It was fucking ridiculous. So they're not all ridiculous like that, but most of these writing channels, like this guy right here, was offering coaching as well. But there seems to be like a whole side market of coaching, you know, which is fine. There's that in like every genre. You know, I'm not against the coaching thing. That's between the consumer and the 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 coach or whatever, the consumer and the teacher apparently. But also all these same lessons you can just go through a bunch of uh YouTube videos and kind of piece together yourself if you a broke ass nigga like me. um so it just takes a little bit of time, and get your notepad out, start taking some fucking notes on each individual thing, which is what I've been doing. So getting your own website going to funnel people into, instead of funneling people to these big ass websites that are just going to try to take your customers anyway and sell them books from other people, which is exactly what Amazon does. You'll funnel people to, like, everyone that uses the Amazon KDP will ultimately end up funneling people to Amazon, and then Amazon will turn around and try to sell them books from other authors, but uh, you're left with not having that connection to the clients that like your books, so that the next time you write a book, you can't reach out to them directly, the people who already like your writing. So these are just some things that I'm picking up on right here. I'm about to be getting me a laptop. I'm doing this goddamn thing. I got 2 fucking books. I got one for my poetry and one for my theology. And I guess theoretically I could break each of those books up into smaller pieces to make more books out of. I would rather put it all together and do one big book for each. Me personally, but those are different strategies that you can use. Instead of doing one big book on theology, I could split it up into at least 2 different parts, and then the same for my poetry. I got so much fucking poetry that I could easily put that into multiple different books, but I would rather have one big book full of each for right now and just charge more for the big book. But you could also attack it in, you know, multiple directions. You could have, it doesn't have to be a either or, it can be a both and type deal. You can have, your big book that's a little bit more expensive, and then you can also have a couple smaller books that are a little bit cheaper, to increase your overall sell volume. So these are some things I'm looking at. I'm also about to be getting my own Roku channel. YouTube has given me the cold shoulder for 2 fucking years. They don't show my content to anyone, and my narcissism doesn't like that. My narcissism don't like that at all. I know my narcissism assures me that I don't want to say I make good content, because I know that the um, production value is low right now, but I make interesting content. I bring up very good points, and the production value can always increase, but if you don't make interesting content to begin with, it's hard to increase your interest level of the core concepts that you are exploring and expressing. So that's just something I've been into lately. This is a vlog. Everything I do is a vlog. My channel is a vlog channel, essentially, where I just cover a handful of different subjects that I'm interested in. So anyway, I'm going to be coming to a Roku near you here soon. It's going to be Dark Light Delirium on your TV. And I got to pay for the Roku channel, which is more than my mortgage every month. But I will also directly, like right away, be monetized. And all I need is 30 people all around the world to give me a monthly subscription to pay for the Roku channel itself. And then anything past that will be profit, which I will take and reinvest into different things I need to increase my production value. So I'm already getting a laptop here soon, and that should greatly help with increasing my production value. It's really hard to do everything off your fucking phone, especially when it comes to writing books, man. That's kind of something that I have found, and having a computer will make it easier to write the books. And also, once I get my Roku channel, it'll make it easier to handle that. So instead of taking that money and finishing off my fucking house, I will be getting the Roku channel and a laptop. So I will be choosing to continue living in my car temporarily, just to get my Roku channel and my writing career kicked off. So ain't nothing but a thing. Now, sleeping in this particular car, because I got a new car kind of recently, that thing is the least comfortable car that I've had to sleep in yet, and it's doing something to my fucking leg. It's fucking with some nerves or something, I don't know, but I've been waking up in the middle of the night with my right leg just on fire from like nerve issue or something when I'm sleeping in that car. I'm in my hammock right now, and I've never slept so good in my fucking life as what I do in this hammock. I definitely recommend sleeping in a hammock. So anyway, that's just some shit I've been up to. And I'm the brightest night. I am the darkest light. And I am ascending, as are we all. The dark light is upon you. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers. You're going to have dark light delirium coming to a TV near you. And you're about to be having a poetry book and a theology book coming at you. I got to make up a website, my own website, to sell my books through. And I have to decide which of these print-on-demand companies I'm going to be going through to help me make my books. And I'll be keeping y'all in the loop on all of that. Thanks for rolling with the dark light, y'all. Appreciate it.